Just moved the cows to a new little strip. This all looks really brown and dead. There's a lot of green growth in there. They're still green from last fall, but it's hard to see it on camera. But, got about 15 days until the earliest calves hit the ground. They're not supposed to hit the ground until March 20th, 21st, but you always have some come early. And I've got maybe another 7 days in this field here, and then another 30 over there, so that'll get me the first couple weeks of calving season, then they can move on over to the old wheat field. Hopefully I won't have to cross the road with them while they're calving, but I probably will. It'll just be towards the tail end. Most of the calves will be big enough, they'll figure it out. It's warm today, they're eating good, they look good. We're coming out of winter. Winter looking all right. There's a few heifers that we're going to put the bull with. They're pretty small, but they were pretty small last year and they grew out all right. I got one in here that just never should have been brought over with the herd, but it was freezing rain that day and just nasty, and I didn't think to sort her out, so she got shoved in the trailer with the rest of them. Cows, all of them came over the same day, so I'll get her up around one of these automatic waters where I got those steel pens, and I'll get her sorted out eventually. This is where I used to feed hay. It'll grow grass again someday, I guess. During the summertime, I normally try to pin them up in here real tight, get them to stomp it and churn it up. It grows Johnson grass and stuff, but still no fescue. Oh, there's that calf. Yeah, that's just not a good calf. By anybody's standards, that's just not a good calf. I've got her and I've got two of them that are steers that look about like her. They got sick when they were younger and just never amounted to anything. Last year I had 3 heifers that were just dogs like that. I went ahead and turned the bull in with them. I still got them. They're 2 years old. They're over there with the steers. I'll show them to you next time I make a video over there. But, they didn't breed. They didn't grow. They're about the size of the weaned steer calves are this year. I may put one of them in the freezer just because I've had her this long. And she's filled out all right. She's just super small. Little Holstein looking cow there. She's still breeding back every year. I guess she'll stick around. She's lost her tail switch. She's looking rough. She's breeding. 140 there. She's probably the oldest cow I've got. She's still breeding. She'll probably fall out of the herd in a couple years. She'll get to where she just can't hold her weight in the winter. Right now she has live calves, and I'm low on cow numbers, and I'm willing to keep her around even if they're not the best of calves. So seems like if I sell them and bring something home from the sale barn, I just end up having cows like this that limp and just can't do it on fescue. So better to keep the ones that I know what's wrong with them than take a chance and have one die on me or come up lame anyway. You just traded one problem for another problem. So this is what we're leaving behind. We're leaving quite a bit. I mean, we're getting close to the end of winter, and there's no sense in running them that hard now. Had a field burn the other day. Somebody stopped at the road and lit her up. So about 15, 16 acres it got. My cousin called me and told me he's going to try to slap it out with a blanket. I called the fire department because I was out of town. And he must have a hell of a blanket because it was burning into the wind and still got that much. Of course, everybody keeps telling me that all that potash is going to do you a lot of good. When the wind's blowing as hard as it has been lately, all the potash is gone. It's in the next county. Then we got ice on top of it. Washed what was left away. So now I just got bare soil and dead grass. I'm sure it'll perk up here in a couple weeks just like everything else. But I just, these are two of my better fields. I can't help but think that they would have grew better with what it had after it burned. But just part of farming. That's the fourth fire that's been started out here in the last month or so, and nobody seems to care. So it burned straight down that fence row over there, though. The neighbor doesn't have any grass, so he didn't have anything to worry about. He was worried about that hay rake sitting over there. But no, I didn't even get over there that far. That's about it. I'll make a video talking about this other 10 acres that I had them on when I started out on this side of the farm. But just because I've got grazing records on it from back when I first started doing strip grazing in the wintertime before I even started moving them in the summer. Back when I was doing I'd give them 4 or 5 weeks per 40 acres and move them. And so we'll cover that.